Hello, 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 everybody. I hope and pray that your week is off to an amazing start. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Do me a huge favor. Put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love to give you a shout out. Again, hello, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It is Tuesday, and you guys know what goes down here on Tuesday. White chat goes down here on Tuesday. So do me a huge, huge favor. Let all my one sexy wives know that Wife Chat is going down. And again, I hope that your week is off to a great start. Do me a favor and put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love to give you a shout out. Um, this weekend was amazing for me. I went for the last 10 years, I have been supporting an amazing woman on her mission, um, helping the youth really understand, our ancestry. And she, honored me for all the work, and I got a citation from the governor of Maryland. I was literally shocked, and I was honored to be able to get such a document. Oh my God. Hi, Jocelyn from Canada. How are you? How you doing? Hi, Linda from Alabama. I thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would totally, totally appreciate that. So this weekend I was kind of blown away because I was not expecting to get such an award from the governor of Maryland, just thanking me for the community service work that I do with Rosa. And I was just really honored that Sharon Parker thought enough of me after teaching for her for 10 years, really imparting into the young ladies and men that come to the conference about how to get in healthy relationships as they mature. And so it's been a pleasure for 10 years. And I told her with her mission and what she's offering to the youth, I will be there for another 10 years if I can. And so that my weekend was amazing. And again, I hope that your weekend is off to, was a great weekend, and that your week is off to a great start. This chat tonight comes from a wife in London, and she wanted me to really help her save her marriage. She said she found my channel about a year ago, and it resonated with her, because her mouth has gotten herself in trouble. And pretty much here's her message. She says, Dr. Gail, we have been married 21 years. We have 3 teenage boys. My husband wants a divorce from me because of my behavior over the years. I have been very disrespectful with my words. I make double the amount of money that he makes, and I have been very vocal about that I am the breadwinner in the marriage. And he has reached his boiling point, and now he has asked for a divorce. I don't want my marriage to end. I know you have been where I am, and I'm asking you to please give me some tools and strategies to really help me save my marriage. I am very sorry. And so tonight I want to talk to you about, being a big mouth wife and your behavior, right? And this can go for men as well. But as she attests, I have been where she is, and I had used my mouth to literally ruin and destroy my marriage. But I also know what it is to close my mouth and rebuild my marriage. Okay. And so the tools that I'm about to give this young lady are tools that I know work because they have worked in my marriage. And at least her husband is, because I went back and forth with her through email, and her husband is still in the home. So there's still hope. When I discovered that Gil had left my behind, he had packed up and like cleared out the house and just left my stuff. So at the end of the day, I want to give this young lady hope, but I also want to give her some things that she can work on for herself. Okay. And so, number one, the first thing that you really have to do is literally apologize for your behavior and take full credit for your part, right? You already said that you use your mouth to belittle him, and that you made more money than him, so you always allowed him to know that you were the breadwinner, so you emasculated him already by your behavior. I am a firm believer, right? I am a firm believer because I was in your position as well. And I made more money than Gil when he was in the military. And then the roles reversed, right? And he makes like 3 times more money than I make now. But at the end of the day, if you have $10 and he has three, together y'all have 13, and you need to stop thinking that it's just your money and then his little piddly money that he contributes. Is not like that, because when you became one, your money and everything else became one. So you need to switch your thinking, but you need to apologize for your behavior and take full credit for where you are now, because you are the root cause. Your mouth and your behavior is the reason why you're here today. Okay. And you probably have apologized, but he's probably not listening, because he probably have heard you apologize before, but now he has asked for a divorce, and now you want to ring the 911, call button or whatever. But your behavior over the years has sent this man over the edge, and you need to apologize and not say, please don't leave me, please, any of those things, because he's just going to think that you're apologizing just so he does not leave you. You need to apologize, because whether he decides to divorce you or not, you need to be sorry for your behavior. Okay. Number two, and people are going to probably, come for me for this one. Sometimes, if the person really wants out, they're operating on emotions, and not truly that's what they really want. They want you to have a wake up call. So when they mention the word divorce, most people get busy in doing stuff to make it right, right? So my thoughts is that even though my situation was a little different, because Gil really did walk out and leave me, and I didn't have no clue until I came home from work. Maybe a trial separation might do the marriage good, because that gives him an opportunity to get away from the day to day and how you behaving and all the stuff that you guys have going on. But also, it gives some people an opportunity to clear their mind and really realize, this is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. So I want to make it work. And so maybe a trial separation, and it could be a separation in the house where you guys are sleeping in separate beds, or it could be that one of you guys leave the physical home. But I also say that that needs to be with boundaries and a timeline. Okay. Boundaries and a timeline. And the reason why you have to have a timeline is because if you allow this to go on too long, you're going to become single-minded, and he is too. And the boundaries need to be set that, hey, we're still married. We still need to communicate. All of those things that you guys sit down and set. If it's a separation within the home where you're sleeping in separate beds, you still need to have boundaries, and you still need to set a time limit when this is going to work. Because again, sometimes separation is good for you to realize what you really had and how you can value them. Because let me just tell you, The 5 months that Gil was gone and left my behind, I realized all the stuff that he contributed, that, I was worried about the money, but he did so many other things behind the scenes with my son, and, maintaining all this stuff, that I didn't even realize it. And I did not show any gratitude towards that. And if you guys ever have been on my website, that's where that 30-day gratitude challenge came from, because God challenged me to find 30 things in every single day for 30 days, what Gil did right. And once I did that, I realized, oh my God, this man contributes so much to my life, more than finances, right? Hi, Kelly from Missouri. I appreciate you. I really, really do appreciate you guys for hopping on. So, this could be something that could be good for you guys. Again, you gotta, I'm not living in the household with you guys. I'm just saying, for me, it gave me a real wake up call, and it made me apologize from my soul, not just from my mouth. And it also made me value Gil and what we had together. And it made me really look at what I was losing compared to what I thought I was gaining, when I was talking about, I could do for myself, I could take care of myself, and all those kind of things. Okay. Number 3 is you need to work on yourself, because if you are using your words to tear your spouse down, if you're using your behavior and your money and those kind of things to puff yourself up in front of your spouse, there's a root cause to why you're doing those things, right? For me, my mouth and my behavior, it was because I had abandonment issues, right? So my thoughts was, I was going to keep Gil as far as away, because if he decided to leave, which he did, I wouldn't feel such a blow, because that's what normal people or men had did in my life. I hope I'm making sense. So, what is the root cause, and why do you feel so comfortable with, blurting out your money and talking to him like he's your one of your children and not your husband? Because again, when you guys became one flesh, everything that you say about him, you're saying it about yourself. And when I had that revelation, that literally it transitioned how I spoke to Gil, because I'm a reflection of him, and vice versa, because Christ is in the center of our marriage. And trust and believe me, I love me some Gail. So I had to stop calling Gail stupid and all the crazy stuff that I was saying out of my mouth, in order for me to value me. Okay, so really make sure that you get yourself some help, because I got in counseling for 6 months, right? Get yourself some help, get in a space where you get to the root cause of what has made you be so verbally abusive to your spouse. Because until you do that, you're going to continue that pattern, and you're going to, my prayers that you guys get back together, because I stand for marriage, that you don't go through the divorce or anything like that. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to change you. You can't make somebody love you and stay with you and all those kind of things. The only thing you can do at this point in time is change you. Okay. And the last thing that I want to say to you is that you are going to have to really sit down and evaluate what you want from this marriage, right? Evaluate it and put some real tangible goals towards what can I do in my power, right? What can I do in my power to make this work? Right? Because you just didn't get to where your husband is saying, I want a divorce after 21 years. That's a long time to invest into someone and just all of a sudden wake up. Right? And let me just tell you this, it is not easy being single out here in these streets. It's not. I get single people from all over the world asking me, can I hook them up with people, all these kind of things. The grass is not always greener. Trust and believe me. So you need to water, tend to pull the weeds out in the marriage that you have, and do your best to make it work. I'm not saying stay in an abusive relationship. I'm not saying any of those things, but it seems to me, just from what you wrote to me, you're the one who's being verbally abusive. You're the one who's being disrespectful, and you're the one that's going to have to do the work to fix it. I'm not saying that your husband didn't contribute to it, but I'm just saying you're going to have to go to work and save your marriage. Okay. I hope and pray that this helps this young lady over in London. I'm going to be praying with you and for you that your marriage is restored. I have been where you are, and Gil and I just celebrated 36 years. Thank you, Jesus. But I had to change me, and I had to change how I showed up, and I had to be in this don't say it to me mode. I want to see your actions. And I had to put change actions behind my words, right? And my behavior had to match up with what I was saying out of my mouth when I apologized. Okay. And again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me here. For you guys that are in the Maryland, Virginia, and DC area, I am holding a live casting for my TV show, Dr. Gail on Love, Sex, and Marriage on this Saturday. Say this Saturday. I would absolutely love for you to come out and meet me in person. Me and my team. We have some couples already that have filled out the form, but if you don't fill out the form and you just want to show up, please just show up. If you want to fill out the form and be considered for my television show, just go to gailcrowder.com, and the casting call is right there on the homepage. Just click it and fill out the form so we'll know that you're coming. For those of you guys who are interested in being in the show virtually, because we will have a virtual model, because that is my model. I get a chance to pour into people and couples from all over the world. If you want to be involved in that and be considered to be able to do what I do every day all over the world, please go on there and fill that out as well. Hi, Rob from Louisville, Kentucky. I appreciate you for getting on here. My YouTube channel, you guys are showing out tonight. And I appreciate you. So if you guys are not in the DMV area but want to be considered for the virtual piece, go to gailcrowder.com and please fill out the form. Again, I'm so excited that this dream that was gifted to me. In 2013, I walked away because it just was not a good deal, and they didn't want me to bring Jesus with me to the television. But now, God is doing his own thing. And I had to step in and say, I'm going to do it God's way. And he has made a way for me to be able to do it. I started Crowder Entertainment back in April. And so I'm going to not only be, once I get this television show all across the finish line, I'm going to be open to putting healthy relationship, ideas on television, because people need to see that marriage is not dead, traditional marriage is not dead. All kind of different relationship shows. People have great relationship with their animals, all of those different kind of things we're going to be bringing to Crowder Entertainment. And so I'm really excited about this, but I got to get this first one across the finish line. There is some people who are already that seen it on paper that are looking to broadcast it. So I just need to get this across the finish line. Hi, Barbara. I appreciate you for getting on here. Beloved Expressions, Cali girl in the house. Thank you so much. Love you, Gail. It's nice to have someone to look up to. Thank you so much. Married 17 years and counting. Praise God for you. I appreciate you. Jocelyn, the Holy Spirit is very powerful to restore love. Yes, he is, Jocelyn. I appreciate you. And so I'm really excited. So if you're in the DMV area, please show up on Saturday. The casting is from 10 to 4 at Move Training Center. And like I said, you can go on my website and get the address. It's the icon right on the homepage. Please click on there. I would love, love, love for you guys to show up and so I can hug your neck and meet you guys in person. I love you guys to pieces. You know, you guys know how to find me if you want to work with me, if you want a free consultation. And like I said, I would love to see you guys on Saturday. Please, please, please show up. I would appreciate it. And you guys have an amazing, amazing, amazing night because I'm getting off here because I'm sleepy.